What's going on, everybody? Another day, another opportunity to be great. Yeah. DJ Bomber, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm just yeah, this is gonna be pretty much a short John. So the title is Don't Let It Go to Your Head. First and foremost, I want to just say this. I've come to the realization recently that people oftentimes in this crypto space, think that after a while, believe that they're larger than life. They're larger than life, not understanding that everything could change in a split second. And the balloon, the inflated balloon, the inflated ego can get popped and deflate real quick. I remember a long time ago when I was in school, I had to do some type of research project or some type of assignment talking about the internet. And there was something that the only thing that stood out for me in that research project that I took away from whatever I had to do decades ago regarding the internet was that I learned, I learned that no one really can turn the internet on and off in general, like short of some type of cataclysmic event taking place. The internet is a 24/7 type of operation that no one can turn on or off, and no one really owns. If you had the mentality or the opportunity to invest in the early aspects of the internet, the early parts like infrastructure, I guess developer language, whatever, TCP and things. If you were able to just invest in something like that today, you'd be sitting, looking real pretty right now. 30 years later, yeah. But it's something that people can't really control like that. Unless, again, like I said, there's some type of cataclysmic event that takes place. It sparked something in my mind regarding if no one owns this, no one could turn this off or on. That's a certain level of power that I didn't really understand that existed, right? Spoke about, like, to me, it just reminds me of how that even in crypto, and let me just say this too, ever since that was my takeaway from the project that I had to do, internet related research, that I learned that no one could turn this thing off or on. No one really owns it, among some other things too. Of course, when I got exposed to cryptocurrency, I gravitated towards it, like, because of the whole decentralized nature of it. Understanding that you still have, even online with centralized situations going on, right? So it helped me understand in a way you need one in order for the other to exist and to work. You know, we in crypto, we like to talk about decentralization and all these things, but some form of centralization seems like is needs to exist in order for things to work, especially in crypto with like price price movement, price go up, you know. And then WF guys talking about a cyber pandemic coming. Yeah, because this is what I'm saying. It goes in sort of like in line with what I'm saying. Anything short of some type of cataclysmic event, right? You know, knocking grids offline, right? Some type of, attack of that scale, cyber, like worldly crap, like what we went through, being, sequestered and damn near locked down in our homes for 2 years minimum, especially like the Northeast over here in New York. Crazy. The global though, it was global though. Like people, you couldn't do what you needed to do. You couldn't live properly. You couldn't live a fully natural type of life. Couldn't connect with people. Kids couldn't go to school and socialize with their peers, and the ramifications of these things we still deal with today. I see it, and I used to say this before. I'm waiting for the studies, for the outcomes and the studies to show how have the lockdowns affected people, in society as a whole, and we're still reeling through that. But when it comes to this whole thing with centralization, decentralization, et cetera, so, a lot of times, like when I'm creating content, I don't talk make-believe. Like I'm not, because I don't know, it's just the position I'm at in life where I don't have the interest to fool around and mess around and joke all the time. Even though, I do like to enjoy life, laugh and play. But when I'm speaking about some stuff, more often than not, is serious stuff. Because, live a serious life. The centralization thing is a little crazy though, because even like when you try to use the internet for good, as I understand decentralization and what it brings, it brings everything you don't like as well. Everything is welcome, everything. But when you try to use the internet to do good, to assist, to help, to educate, to entertain, to whatever, inform, blah blah blah, and these people try to shut you down, it's kind of crazy to me, because it just allows me to know that we have a long way to go. I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? Not too long ago, and I mentioned this before, but not often, but I'm gonna say it again. Not too long ago, I've a friend of mine needed help. One of his relatives was missing, and in the background, I'm doing what I can to help. In whatever capacity. Did the best I could, was doing the best I could to help in whatever capacity. Imagine, somebody you love missing, and it's just, man, it's a terrible, terrible situation to go through. And something crossed my mind at the time, and I asked him, I said, would you mind if I, put this on social media, as far as like YouTube? I know I got a small channel, but maybe, who knows, man? Yeah, I didn't even finish my thought. The guy said, do it. Just do it. Put it on, like green light, go, just do it. And so I put the information on YouTube, person's picture, the information, everything. The minute I uploaded it was like a clip. It wasn't even a blog, a long thing. It was a clip. The minute I uploaded it, I don't even think it took a full 60 seconds. It was seconds after I uploaded it. My entire channel was struck. Not even struck, but taken, disappeared, gone. Like I committed the ultimate cardinal sin known to man. Like it's like you could, like I did some wicked act, and you out of here, you banished. All I did was upload some information on my social media about a person who's missing to help spread the word. YouTube took my entire channel. No warning. They didn't even just take the video, like block the video or ban the video, and they took my entire thing. Of course, I went through the whatever process to get it back, appeal. Needless to say, I got it back, but I got it back and I could not put the video thing up. I could not put the content up that I was. But at that time, I had 1,000 videos on my channel. And nothing was more important to me at the time than that one short clip. Nothing was important. That one clip of that missing person versus the 1,000 different videos and blogs and lives that I did meant nothing, was worth nothing compared to that one clip of showing my friend's missing relative. Missing. So because, I don't own this channel, I have to abide by weird terms of service and conditions, right? I'm agreeing to fake partner. I'm renting this channel, yo. I'm agreeing to deal with the guidelines of this centralized entity called YouTube. So it's whatever they say goes. And here I am, like it feels like it's just like a fake type of battle going on. Just for example, with me speaking about some freedom of speech, pulse chain stuff, internet, using the internet to deal with cryptocurrency, all this internet money, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about the wallet. I'm talking about this cryptocurrency life online. This music is getting on my nerves, yo. I'm gonna turn this thing off. This music, bro. Shit ain't it right now. This ain't it. This ain't it right now, bro. So I just like, Crypto Bigfoot, what's going on? Dr. Moray, what's going on? Crypto Bigfoot said, because I have to deal with the rules from a centralized thing that has to give me permission on what I can say, how I can say, and if I want to monetize a video, what I can and can't do, or else I won't be able to monetize. I got to deal with all the, formalities. How free am I really in expressing myself using these social media outlets, man? You're not. And then it's not even about just simply talking. You're trying to do something to help somebody who's going through crisis, and try to do something. Like, again, I put something up that was worth more to me, invaluable. Let me just spread the word right here. Back in the days when I was growing up, missing people, missing children specifically, were on the back of milk cartons. They don't do that anymore. but they were on the back of milk. Have you seen this child? Have you seen that child? Have you seen these children? This and that on the news over here in the Northeast at 10 o'clock or so. Whatever, I think it was channel 9 or 5, whatever channel. It was, oh, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? This is what I used to hear, like as a child, like see it all the time. It became programmed even in the back of my mind, where how many decades later I could talk to you all about how I remember this stuff from back then, right? And we know today more than ever, with the advent of all these movements taking place, these global whatever movements and social grassroots campaigns about exposing the wicked activities from disgusting people, how people getting trafficked, kids are getting trafficked, women, human traffic, all this stuff, right? And even means human trafficking. I'm saying it, saying something like that, even on this thing right here. Some YouTubers, right? I've noticed they are so scared of not having their content monetized. They'll avoid saying certain things. Like it's like you're being penalized just for being free, right? You're being penalized just for speaking your mind in a certain way. So this is why I say there's a price for freedom. Freedom is expensive, it's costly. It's not free. It's not free. Far from. Like erase that. Erase that. It's annoying when you're trying to do good. When you're trying to do good, you don't get the real support that you think you should have, right? So I could build my channel off of nonsense. I could build my channel over extreme ignorance, extreme stupidity, right? Create chaos, right? Calculated chaos, and watch my channel blow up, right? I mean, not blow up in the sense where it disappears. I'm talking about people viewing, at large, it grows, and other people, see, and then popularity and all this stuff. They want you to succeed off the energy of negativity. They want you to succeed off of the premise of concepts and ideology that destroys how you think, destroys what you do, destroys your fabric, your human fabric and dealings with people in the world, your interpersonal relationships with folks in the world. They want to interfere with that by encouraging you to spit poison, to spit nonsense, to talk about garbage, to talk about wickedness all the time. That's what's celebrated here. That is what's celebrated here. As some people become so lost in all of this going on, they get lost in that type of social engineering paradigm craziness, that they let it go to their head, that they begin to feel like they are larger than life online, when in reality they're insignificant. In reality, none of this matters, because life has a funny way to show us, right, how fallible we are, you know? So I'm reminded of these things. I'm reminded of these things constantly, about how we really don't have a say. As much as you think you want to believe, oh yeah, we're free, people have it worse than us, that could very well be true, because there are levels, right? There's levels to everything. Huh? There's levels. But the way that some people want to really believe that things exist in their mind is not the sum total of what actually is in reality outside of them. It's not. Sometimes you have to really like stand in a way where you are objective. If you want to understand what people are going through, put yourself in their shoes. Picture yourself dealing with what they're going through. to just have some type of, if you care, to have some type of connection and comprehend some of the things that folks are going through. You know what I mean? And then we put these things online as if like, I mean, this is part of the whole thing. Like, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. This whole thing with the internet. This whole thing with this cryptocurrency, internet, this and that, that and this. Use it wisely. Be smart. Be smart at what you're doing. You want to be free? Okay, use your freedom accordingly. Pay for it. Use your privilege wisely because it's a privilege. Respect it. They're going to give you a little crumb, a little bit here, a little bit here to make you think that you can do whatever you want to do until they show you you can't. And they pull it back. They pull it. Over here, we've been living like it's. I say we've been living. I'm understanding. I'm watching. Like, things are taking place. Like, folks live in a bubble over here. Folks trying to act like there's nothing else matters, nothing else. No, it does. There's many. It's a big world. It's a great world. It's big and it's also small, but huge nonetheless. Like, there's so many things going on that's larger than life taking place, and it's not us. It's life that we're a part of, that we represent, that we symbolize. And then you get caught up in these mundane, profane, just ridiculous levels of banter and quarrels and getting stuck in who's right and who's wrong, right? You know, who can do something better than the other. These weak conversations and low level energy and concepts and people, things that people want to talk about that's not reflected in anything that could show us that we're making money. People have been reduced to thinking that they could do something here, they could call it an experiment, and then it's just left at that, and that's okay. And this can be a fun experience. How is it fun when you are not making money? Explain to me how something is fun when you don't see the results. At minimum, those of us who come here to cryptocurrency and online, and we doing this internet stuff, right? Yeah, right. The majority is in it for the tech. I'm not. No, 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 no. That's a lie. The majority is in it to make money. The majority, we in it to make money, and it feels good when you're making money. Because if you've been through a bull market, you know what that feels like. You know what that's about. But when the opposite, when you have the longer periods of lows, the longer periods of people, complaining and being angry and being frustrated, and folks asking for money, 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 during that whole time, what do you think that's going to yield? It's going to yield frustration. People are going to be exhausted. And then the same people that's asking for money, 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 it's almost like whether they're in it for good intentions or not, whether they're in it because they feel that their time, their efforts are valuable, whether they're in it or not, and they feel like they deserve, right, payment, they deserve because this is what. Come on, man, time is money. Let's be for real, right? Some of them suffer from a huge, 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 serious case of narcissism, where it's all about them and forget about everybody else, where they feel somewhat entitled, right? Where they feel like a few thousand, several thousand people following them, right, places them on a pedestal versus everybody else. In their minds, they feel like they're greater, they're larger than life. And it's nonsense. It's nonsense because you always have someone out here that's bigger and better than you, that can do more than you can, that have more than you do, right? That have access. That's just how life is. So instead of playing their position, focusing on the greater, what folks we always want to hear, or make the world a better place, but don't know how to break that down, or don't even want to break that down. You're using the internet to spread a message about making the world a better place, but you stuck in your own head thinking that you're in the greatest place and no one else could ever reach you. But you want people to throw money at you just because you exist. And just because the same people is because of the same people that throwing money at you is who lifted you. So where's the return? Where's the law of reciprocity? Where's the respect? There's a gross disconnect, and the internet helps that to further. It furthers the confusion if you attach yourself to the negative aspects. If you attach yourself and you use the internet to try to control people in a way where it worsens their situation or their quality of life. So this doesn't. It's not hard. It's not hard to sometimes like look at the things from a simple perspective and make things make sense, because here we are. Here we are. We're still going through what we're going through, dealing with what we're dealing with. And then you have people who just want to continuously take advantage and manipulate the minds of the people because we're on the internet. The first thing, the first and only access you have to anybody, anywhere in this world through the internet is through your words attaching to what they think, so you can manipulate, so you can control, so you can influence, so you can overpower somebody. Once you have their minds, you have everything. That's it. And that's what's been going on over here very well. And then you mix that up with the images, you mix that up with sound, you mix that up with visuals, you mix that up. Everything goes on. All the marketing of control has been flawless. So sometimes you got to see what works, what's been working to destroy. So you try to take what's worked to destroy to work to build. And that's not what's celebrated enough. Working to really build. And I'm not talking about foolish building, nonsense rhetoric and banter. I'm talking about building to help, to connect, to grow, to develop, right? The social fabric that allows this whole thing to exist. If we didn't believe in nothing with this code or nothing with this internet, nothing, it would be valueless. It would be valueless because you need the human beings to allow this thing to work, to allow the value to exist, to create, because we lend our faith into all these things, man. This is not hard. This is not hard. We mess things up very well, man. Like, just environment. We don't know how to respect the earth. We don't know how to respect water. We don't know how to respect our dealings with one another, even though we have it in abundance. Tearing things down, all types of things, disrespect left and right, animals, people, all kinds of stuff we do, cruelty all over the board. We just mess things up very well, right? And sometimes that has to be put in its own place and understand, no, we need to grow. We need to move forward. We need to develop. We need to push forward, and in a way that's real, not in a way to separate ourselves from everybody else because we think we the top dog of everything, because you're letting it go to your head. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. There's nobody in this community right here that's a celebrity, but they think they're celebrities. You know what I mean? You might have the power, you might have the potential to do great things. Because there's some people they're just gifted, right? But when you misuse your gifts, it's almost like slapping the creator in the face, because you're not fulfilling your purpose the way it was intended. It's a bigger calling, not me, but is for you to figure this out. But you got 10,000 people following you, and you think you the best thing since sliced bread. Don't that doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You got 100,000 people following you, you're not that person, and folks don't see it's just sometimes it's right there in our face for us to see, and people are unwilling to really look at what's being presented to us to learn from. Right? You got RH himself. RH himself. Who in this ecosystem right now can say they've done what RH has done in the whole time, in the entire time he's been dealing with crypto? Nobody, nobody, nobody. And his own peers suffer from their own, insecurities and want to be right and want to be top dog and everything like that. His own peers don't even recognize him for the work that he's done. And his peers have also done things, movers and shakers in the whole cryptocurrency blockchain industry, right, to separate themselves and introduce real things to the world, right, are fighting amongst each other because we have a long way to go, because they don't really understand certain things. They allow their whatever internal blah 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 to dictate and separate themselves from everybody when we're all some shape, form, or fashion connected, and they don't want to respect the connection. They just want to be separate. They want to be the top. They want to be the best. They want to be this and they want to be that and control everything. While we're just here at the bottom, still fighting each other for what? Fighting what? Fighting what? You don't even know what you're fighting for anymore because you got lost in the sauce. I know, and understand why I do what I do, just in general. And on the internet, I understand and completely understand why I do what I do online. Present something that if it's a value, that's a win for me. If it's not a value, then I need to do better. I need to work harder. Need to work harder. People played with this thing. They playing with this like it's some type of joke, and it's not, because at some point, you know, we already see RH is fighting the alphabet boys and girls. They fighting the alphabet boys and girls agency. Fighting. You know, it's annoying, but that just goes to show you. It just goes to show you, like, he could very well be right. He could very well be right. Oh yeah, freedom of speech, this and that, blockchain. Blockchain is code. Yes, speech, language, da da. You can't censor my voice, this and that, that and this. But he has to play the game smart. You see, he doesn't stream anymore. And how's that even look for him? How's that even feel? You suppose somebody who's purported to be a multimillionaire, even a billionaire, who's suspect people just they speculate, and you have to play this censorship game. Yes, he has to play it. Yes, because freedom is expensive. You can talk as much as you want, but someone's always going to remind you, hey, you keep this up, we're going to take from you. We're going to take this from you. We're going to take that from you. We're going to take this from you. Even if you're trying to help, but you have people who just love the internet life. They love the internet life because in real life, they do not receive the attention. They do not receive the clout. They do not receive that energy, that fuel that they get online, which is quite sad. It's very sad because it's like, instead of your normal natural state of being and your activities that you do in the world, instead of doing these things to sort of like contribute to making the world a better place, or to add to make someone feel a little better today, right? Instead of doing these things that'll help basically build your character and validate who you are as a human being, you go to this intangible space, this intangible world where everyone is out. You find it's an ocean of uncertainty that you're dealing with and that you attract, and you allow that to prop you up, to confirm and validate your existence, to make yourself feel good at night. That is destructive. That is unhealthy in my book, right? That is harmful, right? Because your existence is based on how many views you got, how many people liked your whatever post, video, message. That's what your existence is based on, huh? That's not healthy. That is not good, because at any point, decentralized entities, once they rip that away from you, then what do you have? Because you already feel like crap in the real world, and in the internet, you got stifled because someone cut you from your knees. They took your channel, they took your platform, they took this and that, and you fell apart, and you gave yourself away like that. You lent them your power. You gave it to them, and now they use it against you. And this is what we have over here, man. And these people that don't, they miss the mark, because sometimes you could see somebody, you could see the dangers that are taking place, but they're not going to hear you if you say, "Hey, chill. Hey, slow down. You might want to do so. You might want to reconsider. Be careful. Beware." Right? Caution. You throwing up is you being some type of antagonizer, you being seen as some type of, right? A person who just doesn't support some type of hater nonsense. It's not that. It's not that. Has nothing to do with that. It's a person who's short-sighted who sees you as a hater, who's expressing assistance, who's trying to make you see something from some, not make you see, but show you. Listen, man, you got alternatives here. Because if you keep going down this road, it might not end well for you. It just might not. You know how many we've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. Folks who have all these big channels, they want all this information, they want all this power, this fake perceived power, fake perceived influence. Huh? They want to pay you for you to talk about whatever coins they got going on because they perceive you to be powerful because you have a huge following, this and that. And the person gets gassed up. Their heads become bigger than a balloon on some child's birthday party, bigger, larger than a blimp. Their heads are filled. Oh, yeah, they let it go to their head until something comes up and then the channel gets struck, deactivate the social media platform, Instagram shut down, all this stuff, and then where they're at. Where they at? Crying, complaining, because they were dependent on this false sense of security. They depended on this intangible thing, the thing that just it they lost sight of what really matters. They didn't focus on themselves more than anything else, right? How can you take care of anybody if you can't take care of yourself? How does that even work? I don't understand, man. And it's crazy because even now as I'm speaking to you, like yeah, because I don't even know if I'm keeping this one up. I'm not even sure if I'm keeping this one up because I said, I mentioned missing, I mentioned human trafficking, I mentioned all these things, but it's not because I'm trying to be sensational. I'm talking about real stuff. It's come to my attention, and it's annoying, man. It's just annoying how people they don't see. They think just because you offer criticism and you try to be just like, listen, everybody's not stupid out here. Think about this way. Think about that way. That you a hater. Okay. This is what I'm saying. You don't know what people go through. You don't know what people go through. No one knows what people go through. You you put yourself out here, you have to be cognizant of what you're doing. Exercise some level of responsibility in your messaging. Exercise some level of accountability. You don't know where the message is going to land because you don't know what people are going through. So someone could be going through some crazy situation right now, right? And they hear something, whatever they hear from some nondescript person on the internet, the nondescript person as well that's going through some hardship might be affected by something a person hears. But people don't care about these things because it could be that one message that could change that person's life because that one message could inspire them to do something great to alleviate themselves from some type of crazy, wretched suffering that they're going through. Or it could work in the opposite way. It could be that one message that lights the fuse of a ticking time bomb for somebody else. But people don't care about that. They'll just do whatever it takes to build their popularity and then tell the world how great they are. It's sordid, it's twisted, it's disgusting, it's nasty, it's irresponsible, reprehensible, immature. And a lot of cases, children, they don't know any better. But when adults behave like this, what does that tell you? They lost in the matrix. They're already they gone. They're gone. They don't even care. They'll sell their bodies for $1, for a like, for a view, for a follow, for a share, for whatever. It's not about morality. It's not about ethics. Void of self-esteem, self-respect. Their image is trash to them. That's how they feel. So this is why they emit garbage to the world, because they feel like it. They don't believe that they're worth anything. So this is what they give off. And unfortunately, a lot of people are suffering too. A lot of people are suffering, and they attach to other people who are suffering in a way where misery does love company. And unfortunately, they don't seek seek the assistance that's out there. They don't seek to heal. They don't know any better. And sometimes they choose not to know any better. But the thing about it too, success loves company too. Success loves company too. And amidst all these things that are going on over here, how are we going to use these tools that we have at our disposal to do better for ourselves? How are we going to do that? That's something for you, for y'all to think about. For something, like it's just crazy. Like, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, because this is something that's really, really personally annoying me right now. To no end. To no end. I used to talk about how I used to say this a lot, like, yo, the young people are who are going to have to deal with the mistakes and even the blessings that the preceding generations have left for them. The youth represent the future. The youth. And if you see yourself as an elder in your world, right? Impart something helpful and useful and beneficial to the young, so that way they'll be more equipped to deal with what tomorrow will bring. There's a lot of young people that's going to find what we deal with here as far as cryptocurrency, and they are finding it, and they are discovering it, and they probably understand it better than many, the older generation. The young people, especially like where I'm from, it's a mixture of different things, right? It's a mixture of different things and realities that kids are living with and they're living under today. It's crazy to hear. It's crazy to hear. When you see something, I'm going to repeat something I said earlier. I'm going to say it now and then keep it moving. You know how you give one, like you come into contact with a young person and you tell them, listen, you have this problem. You may want to do this to resolve your problem. First of all, where are your parents? You don't have parents? Where are they? Address the parents. But then that's another issue you're dealing with. Parents, parenting is what it is. There was no formula. There was no handbook given. This is how you raise children. And then parents are not the best. Is not easy to hear advice on how you should raise your child from another parent. Like, who the F are you to tell me anything, right? Uh, so in my mind, I got to meet people where they are. I got to meet people where they are, man. I'm not better, different, or whatever. I'm trying to help you save your child. I'm trying to help you save your child, yo. I already see something taking place here that it's come to find out. And this is the shit. Y'all, you know, these people here are so spoiled. These people here, I'm talking about in this post chain bum ass community, is so spoiled, bro. It's ridiculous. Even in a bear market, even if you're crying about not making money in a bum ass blockchain explorer, you're so spoiled. You don't know how great you have it. You don't know. You never, you don't see, you don't count the blessings you already have right now as you're crying about a V1 bug that hasn't been fixed and your blockchain explorer as being janky. You don't understand the blessings that you have now, man. I'm over here trying to save a child from getting lost in the sauce. Because I can't say too much because, again, this is the internet too. I don't know who's listening. Tell the parents, listen, this and that, and this, that, and this. And in this case, it wasn't an adversarial. I didn't have drama with the parents, thankfully, thankfully, thankfully. I'm sensitive to that too. You're not telling me about how to raise my kid, but you're giving me good word, or I'm giving you good word and this and that. All right, listen, okay, cool. Now it's a crazy situation, yo. Now it's a crazy situation because the warnings, the red flags weren't considered. The red flags that you share that you've seen, because I was once a fucking child, right? And I was among a bunch of kids, man. I saw certain things take place, this and that, and in life and experience, and you teach, and you're like, hey, listen, parent, this one right here needs you. This one right here is about to get lost. This one right here needs you. Don't ask me how I know, yo. Don't ask me. I'm telling you, this one right here needs you. If you value what I'm saying, just hold on to that. This one right here needs you, man. I was around people who were telling my parents the same fucking thing, so I felt compelled to say the same thing, yo. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's effing crazy when things are coming to pass and not in a good way. It's crazy where things are developing, unfolding real time and not in a good way. Y'all just, you think this is a game? You think this is a game? You think this is about doing shit for the gram, internet foolishness? Your child needs you. This is the reason why. This is what you witnessing, man. This is what's going on. But a lot of y'all don't have children, so you don't understand what I'm talking about from a perspective of being a parent. You don't know, so you can't criticize. So funny people who try to criticize parents. Come on, man. You know what you could do with yourselves, bro. Like it's just not, man. It's so irrelevant. It's not even funny, man. I'm not gonna be criticizing a physicist or a surgeon and how they do their operations. That's how you sound to me. That's how you sound to me from top to bottom in this community, from top to bottom, yo. You have no children. You don't know what this is about right here. You're sharing something about a child who's on the verge of being lost, and the child is now lost, yo. Lost for real. Lost for real. Not just about some missing shit either, yo. Fucked up shit, yo. And people act like everything is party every day is for the gram or for the haters, this and that nonsense, internet bullshit. One day you'll be a parent. Hopefully, maybe not. Not everyone is born to be parents, and some people are destined to be alone forever. Should you, should you, should you ever get to a point where you do become a parent, you're gonna see things in a certain lens that you could not even believe, and things become a little bit more precious. And a lot of this fugazi nonsense, caca, internet bullshit that y'all go through will mean absolutely nothing You're not caring about no blockchain explorer not working. You don't care about none of that. Most of you're gonna care about is number go up because you don't care about nothing else. And be real, just say that. But when your flesh and blood is going through something and it's out of your hands because the streets are doing something with your flesh and blood, then you know you won't have a conversation with me. You're gonna have a conversation with yourself. It won't be with me or anybody else. The conversation you're gonna have is with yourself because you let certain shit go to your head. You let certain shit go to your head.